I love you, Wade Wilson. We can fight this.
You're right. Cancer's only my liver, lungs, prostate, and brain. All things I can live without.
What if I told you we can make you better? You're a fighter. We can give you abilities most men only dream of. Make you a superhero.
You just promise you'll do right by me, so I can do right by someone else. And please don't make the super suit green or animated.
One thing that never survives this place is a sense of humor.
We'll see about that, Posh Spice.
Oh, come on. You gonna leave me all alone here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby.
In your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna make your mother fuck like that. You're a shock this way.
No, the eyes.
Why the red suit? Well, that's so bad guys can't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He wore the brown pants.
Daddy needs to express some rage. Let's go give it to you. Motherfucker! Let's go give it to you. Damn right, can I do it again? Everybody someone got to win. Enemy, no matter how many cats I break bread with, I break these
Colossus.
It reeks like old lady pants in here.
Sounds like you have a dick in your mouth.
Oh, motherfucker, you are hard to look at.
Like a testicle with teeth.
You look like Freddy Krueger face fucked a topographical map of Utah.
Exactly. I'm touching myself tonight.
X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you.
You are haunting. You look like an avocado had sex with an older avocado.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so great. Oh, man. That's awesome. Hey everyone, W75 here, aka Vince Salerno. I'm here with my good friend Preston Yarger.
What was this? I don't know what I just did.
It's all good. So anyways, we just watched the first trailer for Deadpool. First off, it was amazing. Second off, if you don't know one thing about Preston, he is a diehard Deadpool fan. I mean, if you can't see already, from head to toe, he's a Deadpool fan. So for this trailer reaction video, it only seemed appropriate to bring him on here to not only talk about the trailer, but just the fact that the movie is actually happening, because the fact that this movie is happening and that it's getting the rating that it's getting is pretty extraordinary. So I guess let's just talk about the movie in general. What's your reaction to this actually happening?
I'm just really happy it is actually happening. Because, you know, like 5 years ago, there were so many rumors, and Ryan Reynolds was like, yeah, we're doing it, and then nothing ever happened. Mm-hmm. And they had that old test footage backlog for so long, and they finally put it out, like, what, 2 years ago? I think
it was like a year ago.
A year ago, and then everyone freaked out, and they pumped out the movie and got it done in like a year.
Because someone leaked that footage is why it's happening.
Yeah.
And
I even think that's going to be like a new step forward in the movie industry in general. Is like we were talking about in class that one time, is like doing like test footage and stuff like that to getting
what audiences want instead of like hit and misses like the piss poor movie Pixels. Haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of terrible things about it. And of course, we can't forget that this isn't the only Deadpool movie out there. We have the shitstorm X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I think is the only good thing about that movie is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then we get Deadpool, but it's not Deadpool. It is, but it isn't.
Yeah. So the first time I saw that movie, I've Origins. I mean, I've been a Deadpool fan for as long as I can remember, but the first time I saw the movie, I didn't even understand that it was Deadpool, because I didn't catch when the guy said Wade Wilson is Deadpool. Whatever. I mean, I knew it was him in the beginning, and then I thought he just died, and I didn't put two and two together. That's how weird it was. I love though how they're addressing the fact that it was terrible, and even in like the teaser for this trailer, he's like, they sewed his mouth shut the first time.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
I was a little worried because Tim Miller was only known for visual effects direction, but it seems like as a director he's really nailed the tone. So I'm very impressed with this being his first feature. That we're already very confident this movie is going to be really good.
I have absolute trust. It is the one thing that's a little weird is, and this is just, I'm sure it'll be fine. I just have to get used to it. Is his voice is not the only time we've ever seen Deadpool's voice come to life is through Nolan North, in the
video game. Yeah.
And so that's the voice everyone associates with him. But now we have for the first time ever a second voice, so everyone has to get used to it.
Yeah, and it's not too far off from that voice. But
no, it's really not.
It's still wait, this isn't the Deadpool we knew.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I'm sure they'll nail it. So
there were a bunch of screen grabs released for this. So we're just going to go through them real quick and then just rant off. First off, in addition to the new trailer, the first poster was released, which isn't much of a poster.
I mean,
it's just the logo, Deadpool, witness the beginning of a happy ending, which I don't what is that? Is that something I'm missing, or is that just... I don't really get it.
It's probably alluding to the fact that Wade's story is originally a sad story, but then he turns into Deadpool and he's never sad ever again.
Gotcha. When it's the beginning of a happy ending. So I was really excited. I was disappointed but excited that they were bringing in Colossus. I was mad that they weren't bringing back Daniel Cudmore, but then I had the feeling that maybe we're getting a soft reboot of the X-Men franchise. So it seemed only appropriate to recast the character and sort of remodel him. So this image of Colossus is just amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I'm glad they're including other X-Men, because that was something I was kind of concerned about. I'm like, is it just going to be about Deadpool, or are they going to explain the fact that kind of a lot of people don't know he is mainly part of the X-Men storyline and all that X-Men stuff. Hence, he's owned by Fox.
Yeah. So I think with that, in the movie, I think it just shows that Fox has big plans for not only Deadpool, but X-Men and Fantastic Four moving forward. So it's exciting to see him in the movie, and seeing him as the actual X, implying that he is a part of the X-Men.
It's no Cable, but it's still Colossus.
Oh yeah, so definitely. It's the Colossus we never got in the original movies, even though Daniel Cudmore did a pretty fine job. Little comic relief, the tape recorder, or the whatever that is with the crayons.
I'm glad. So yeah, that just proves the fact that they've kind of had the script for all these years, because they literally included the scene from the test footage in the movie, and so they've been knowing what they're doing with it for a long time. Which doesn't make me feel concerned about or feel like the script was rushed or anything, since they did pump the movie out so quickly.
Yeah, and it's not like Ant-Man, where people left and then came back on. It was no, Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds have been on this since the beginning.
And then the reason I have so much trust in Ryan in this is because he's been so adamant about it, and I think he really knows what he's doing and what he's bringing to the character.
Oh yeah, I forget this actor's name.
T.J. Miller.
Yeah, he's playing a character named Weasel, who I don't know much about, but he's a arms dealer for Deadpool. Is that right?
I don't remember.
He's really one of Deadpool's only close friends, I guess.
I was never really a big T.J. Miller fan in the first place, but I think I'm starting to grow on him, and I think he'll do fine for this character.
I think he just needs the right movie, because he was in Transformers 4, and it was just, for the entire time, I was just what the hell is he doing there? And then he dies, in the first 20 minutes of the film, so he's kind of a throwaway character in that movie, unfortunately. But I think, they wouldn't have cast him if he couldn't do the job they wanted to do, and I think he's going to definitely shine in this movie.
So let me go off on something here.
Sure,
I really appreciate the eyes.
Yes.
One thing I was really concerned about, like, all right, they're going to do Deadpool, but it's going to be kind of weird because he's got a mask and he has, like, no face, and for the longest time I was like, I really hope they do, like, CG with the eyes just to animate them. And then, like, quite a few months ago, we saw photos from the set and he had 3D tracking marks on the mask, and so that just made me really happy. And now we see to the full fruition that his eyes are animated. And
you almost
really
have to like pay attention to it because you can almost miss it because it's like even like the slightest little eye movements. But yeah, it's there,
and that's part of what like makes Deadpool as a character, because he has a full face mask, and so really the main way he's able to emote is through his eyes and the movement of his eyes.
Yeah, it's not like Spider-Man who just in the movies have just had a mask, and which I don't know if they'll do that in Civil War, but we're getting off on a different topic. Maria McCarran, I think that's how you say her name, is playing Vanessa, but she's also a mutant named Copycat. Is that right? Mm-hmm. So I guess she's like the main love interest. I've been a big fan of her ever since I saw Firefly, and was rooting for her to get this role in the movie because I know there were a couple big actresses that were up for this role, and we don't know much about the role she plays in the movie, only that she is a love interest for Deadpool.
One thing I'm kind of hoping is that the movie doesn't focus for too long on pre-Deadpool Wade Wilson. Mm-hmm. That kind of just like, I mean, it has to do like the origins thing.
Sure.
But I'm just kind of hoping that they kind of get through that pretty quickly so you can have all the Deadpool glory you want.
Yeah. And especially with this character is known for breaking the fourth wall. It's like, how is that going to come into play? Like, is he going to be straight off the bat as Wade Wilson breaking the fourth wall like crazy? Or is it going to be like something that comes with the superpowers? Like he becomes self-conscious of who he is and where he is in the universe. I heard something that said that he knows he's in a movie, but I don't know if that strictly means like he's the whole time he knows he's in a movie, or if it's just if it's just as Deadpool when he gets his powers. Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll find out. So Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She's a pretty weird random character. I don't know much about her.
Did they take that line out of the Red Band trailer?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
There was we snuck a peek at the Comic-Con trailer. There was a scene where Deadpool's like, who are you? He's like, oh, I'm Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And he's like, what
Negasonic Teenage, what the shit?
That's the coolest thing ever. And so...
that was a really funny line.
It was, yeah. And I guess sort of, showed the attitude that she's going to have in this, because I think she's sort of a negative character. She's sort of like a weird gothic teenage superhero. Yeah. She's Colossus's mentee. So she's training under Colossus to be part of the X-Men. We saw a photo of her in a yellow and black X-Men suit. So that also, if that's not a confirmation that this is still X-Men universe, I don't know what is. And especially since Ryan Reynolds went on Conan tonight to premiere the trailer, and he said that it's the same people who did. Who gave Wolverine his adamantium claws, so it's still implying that this is all still in the X-Men universe.
I think we were able to tell that because they made it look very much like that original facility. So and because of that, I'm wondering how they're going to address Origins, because knowing them, they're going to address it some way. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to have him like kill that character or like write it off, or I don't know. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be weird, yeah. Because, if you remember in the post-credit scene for Origins, there was a shot of Deadpool's hand coming out of the grubble and grabbing his head, and then the head says shh and just cuts out from there. So I wonder if they're going to like continue off that mark and just say like, F you, that's garbage. This is where it really happens. And especially since what happened in Days of Future Past, they rewrote a lot of things. They may not address that at all because of that fact alone. So the villains in this movie are
I don't know what
Angel.
they are.
I know Angel Dust,
Okay.
a mutant being played by Gina Carano, and then that bald guy with the swords. That I think his name is like Ajax. I think it's how you say his name. He's a mutant too. I don't know what he does, but apparently they're the villains. Or Angel Dust is, I don't know where her allegiance is like. 'Cause in the when she was announced to be in the movie, it made it sound like she was a superhero, like on the Deadpool side. But now it seems like she's working for the bad guys. I don't know.
Well, that's one of the interesting things you can do with Deadpool is because, unlike other Marvel characters, Deadpool, he doesn't really have, like, his main villain guy. You know, like, Captain America, like, ooh, who's Captain America's main villain? Red Skull,
yeah.
Or the other guy.
Iron Man, the Mandarin,
Right.
or Superman, Lex Luthor.
Deadpool doesn't really have that. He's woven in with all of the X-Men and other Marvel storylines. So he's kind of like, he deals with everyone. He doesn't really have like a set enemy. So really they can do whoever they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Just awesome that it's happening in general, because like we said, this is a big thing that this is happening. This is, I think the studio and Ryan Reynolds and Tim Miller all collectively decided that, you know, there are enough PG-13 movies out there to where people can start breaking out of the norm of superhero films and start doing things that may not be traditional. What was I thinking? Watchmen. Like I just watched it a couple weeks ago, and I'm surprised that movie came out when it did, because it seems like around that time that movie would never have been made, and it was, and it got a director's cut and everything. So it's like, you know, I think we've established a long time ago that we need movies like this, where not just to be R just for the sake of being R, but movies that if they need to go dark, they don't have a problem going with an R rating, because, you know, they know they're going to adapt to the story faithfully and truthfully. Like, there was a push for an R-rated Wolverine movie, and we never got that. I mean, there was an unrated version of the Wolverine, but
badass.
Yeah, I still have yet to see that, but yeah, no, it's just more signs that we need more movies like this. Not just for the rating sake, just to be R, but for good content that adapts the comic book stories faithfully.
Yeah, and I think Deadpool is really going to pave the way for that. I mean, we've already kind of like with Guardians of the Galaxy, we kind of set the path in motion for just weird and like third party superhero movies. But now with Deadpool, we're going to even blow that more open and be like, okay, now we can do like all these like adult characters, or even do adult versions of different movies. So, and another thing that's helping with that too is like the Daredevil show.
That's true. That's Daredevil.
I mean, that's rated TV mature. Yeah, so maybe we'll get to see more R-rated superhero movies. Maybe we'll get like some new Punisher movies, maybe with John Bernthal as the Punisher.
Yep.
Or like what's another like R-rated character, like a Moon Knight movie. Or something like that would just be it'd be awesome. I could also see DC kind of latching onto that.
Definitely.
Once they see where this goes.
Yeah, I think DC needs to get their foot in the door, and then they can start experimenting.
Exactly.
And Dean just walked in.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
We're just doing a video on Deadpool.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good, man. Okay, well, we're just gonna wrap because we've been talking. We're gonna get off topic and stuff. So that's about it, guys. Deadpool has our seal of approval. Definitely has our seal of approval. I can't wait for this movie. Definitely gonna go see it in theaters.
You know who's gonna go see it with us?
Who?
Deadpool himself. You'll see.
Shoot, yeah, Deadpool himself. You'll understand what we're talking about when it comes out. It's coming out in February, right?
Or March? I don't
March,
know.
February, March.
Yeah.
It's coming out in a couple months, so I
those.
guess I'll do another video and you guys will understand what we're talking about. We'll have an interview with Deadpool himself. I promise you that. I may sound like I'm BSing you, but I promise you we will have an interview with Deadpool himself. All right. Well, first off, Preston, thank you for joining us on this trailer reaction video. Yeah. You can follow Preston at YouTube, Half Dead Horse Pictures.
I think it's HDH Pictures.
HDH Pictures. You're on Twitter, right?
Yeah, but I don't use it.
Okay,
so.
well, he's on Twitter. If you want to follow him, go ahead. Of course, you guys can always follow me here on my YouTube channel, The Big Beast 25. Subscribe somewhere down below. You know where it is. Follow me on Vine, Facebook, all that social media stuff. You know where to go. So, Deadpool's in theaters 2016. Don't remember which month, but we're going to go see it, and you better too. Okay, well, thanks, guys. God bless, and as always, peace out.